Mary, meet Leo. Leo, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Leos, starting today, the 13th of December, 2024. This is Ariel Gatoga, and today I'm reading with this beautiful Miller 1780 Besançon Tarot, and I've already purified with my own homemade version of this 300-year-old formula for Eau de Cologne. You can find links to purchase each of these products in the video description of this video on YouTube. Let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Leos. Starting out with the Six of Wands, followed by the Queen of Coins, and then we have, what is this? The Nine of Swords. Okay, this is good. The Nine of Swords is meh, but we'll deal with that. But this is good. You're doing everything right. You're nurturing things financially. You're nurturing things in your assets, and it may not seem like you're doing enough, but you are. And if you can work with that solar light, which is always what's talked about with these sixes, that, not so much personal will, but soul will, learning to yield to the divine design of your life. And what that does is it takes a lot of pressure off of you to know what to do and to be in charge of every little thing. And at the same time, it offers you solutions and ideas and occurrences that you would have never considered, that you would have never been able to conceive of because they're not part of your wheelhouse. So the solar light really opens up your life, really opens up your world, because it is the execution of and the shining of the divine design through your life. Divine design. It means everything that's perfect. Now, there's a difference between a divine design and fatalism, with the idea that everything is predestined and, all occurrences are predestined. That's not the same as the divine design. The divine design is the perfect pattern. The perfect pattern. And so there is a perfect pattern for you that's going to make sure that you're always happy. And within that perfect pattern, you have all the freedom in the world. So a lot of times people are worried when they hear about a topic like divine design because they think that everything's predestined. It's not the case at all. It's just that you are already designed perfectly as a soul, but the ego mind, we are free to think how we want to think. And so when we start thinking in our own little way that's different than the way that we are designed, we can do that, but it's a guarantee that we're not going to be happy. And so this is a guarantee that you will be happy when you work with this solar light. So you may want to just work with one of those solar light meditations. You can find them on my main YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search Gatoga solar light. And they're really, really brief meditations. It's not a big, long time commitment, but learn how to do that if you don't already know, and do it. Do it regularly. It's going to help you with this Nine of Swords, because what this is all about is worry. And for one thing, you don't have anything to worry about, but the more you indulge in worry, the more you do have something to worry about because of the creative nature of your mind. And it's not to say that if you worry that you've created it for yourself, because it takes a lot more work to create things out of the mind than just passing thoughts. But if you have a steady, habitual worry cycle that you can't break yourself out of, then you do, have the tendency to start creating along those lines. And that's not what you want. Not only that, but even if you don't create the things you're worried about, which oftentimes we don't, it's still not comfortable. It's still a waste of our time. All that time worrying, and you could have been happy. What a waste of your day if you're worried about stuff when you could have been happy and enjoying your day. Right? So the worry is not going to ever make things better. There's not one instance in all of created history where people worrying about something made it better. Now, being concerned about something, if it prompts you to take action where you can take action, that's great. But then you take action on it and you don't have anything to worry about. And a lot of times what we're worried about, there's nothing we can do about. It has nothing to do with us. There's no action necessary. So worrying about it, it doesn't do any good. It makes it worse, not better. But the divine design gives you everything that will make you happy, gives you all the protection, gives you all of the things that you desire, and there is no room for worry within that solar light. That solar light burns away the worry. So it's a good thing. Okay, 2 of Cups followed by 8 of Wands. Good. And then the 2 of Coins. Okay, so we've got these 2s. Leo being very impatient, especially with yourself. Get off your own case. That's why this worry comes into play. You think that you're supposed to have everything figured out, and you're never supposed to make a mistake, and everything's got to be perfect. And if you fall short in your own eyes, you just really are down on yourself. That's what this is all about. And that's a great habit to break. That's a great habit to break. And that's one of the reasons why you get so impatient with manifestations, is because on a deep level, you think you don't really deserve them because you're not good enough. You're not good enough. You haven't towed the line. Maybe you made some mistakes, or maybe you didn't, make the grade in your eyes or whatever. But I want to let you in on a wonderful secret that the universe doesn't see things that way. That's just all you that sees things that way, or maybe people that see things that way. The universe looks at you and says, I love that Leo so much. I can't wait for that Leo, my beautiful Leo, to have everything that they want. I can't wait for my beautiful Leo to be happy. I can't wait to help Leo to burn through all this fear, and to have all the money that they want, and to have all the success that they want, and to have things end for them that they don't want. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Leo to let me help Leo do that, because I can't do anything all on my own, right? The universe can't help you except for what it can help you through you. It can only do for you what it can do through you. And so if you insist that you're not good enough, if you insist on being mean to yourself, and a lot of times the ego will prop that up and say, see how responsible you're being. You're not, you're holding yourself accountable. You're not indulging yourself and all that stuff. That's hogwash. It's still just being kind of mean to yourself and not being kind to yourself, and expecting the impossible from yourself, and then being mad that the impossible wasn't something that you could do. No more of that. No more of that. We're going to just lay that down. Just recognize it for what it is. That's not you. That's a habit of thinking that you got into, that you're very happy to let go of. And that's what this 8 of Wands is all about. When you decide to let go of any of this, whether it be worry, whether it be self-condemnation or impatience, any of those things, when you say enough is enough, Mercury comes in and says, oh, good, I'm glad that you said that. Okay, here, let's take it away from you. And with this 8 of Wands, it's immediate. Those things end. Those things go away. It's immediate, but it has to come from your decision. I don't want to keep this anymore. I don't want to keep this negative self-talk anymore. I don't want to keep this worry anymore. I don't want to keep this impatience anymore. I don't want to keep any of that. And the universe says, yay, let's take it from you. Right? But they're not going to pry it from your hands. You have to be willing. You have to open your hands and say, please take this from me. And the universe is more than glad to do that. And then you can get back to doing what you do. And you do so well. Everything you do well. And you know that. But the ego doesn't want you to remember that. The ego wants you to be on your own case. So we're not going to let that happen anymore, are we? No. We're going to call on that solar light and do that. And if you can learn that meditation, you can do it on your own. You don't need my recording. You're smart. You'll probably be able to do it after only 1 or maybe 2 listens. Or if it takes more, that's fine. But then you can just do it when you go to you can excuse yourself to the restroom or something, or take a second in your parked car before you get out of it and run that solar light, so that you are always right on that divine design. Divine design, divine design. Notice a little bit of worry. Okay, that's not the divine design. Let's run that solar light. Am I being impatient about money? That's not part of the divine design. Let's run that solar light. And then just watch those things topple, and watch you get back into this wonderful nurturing of all of your prosperity. A good nurturer is patient. You don't get impatient with flowers when you're growing them. You don't get impatient with your child when they're learning how to walk. So why would you get impatient with yourself? Of course not. So remind yourself that you're a really good nurturer and you're doing everything right. And that if that ego mind of yours comes in and makes you think that you're supposed to be mean to yourself and that's somehow being noble or something like that, just call in that solar light instead, and the solar light will just shift that for you. That solar light is everything for you right now. You're doing so well, Leo. You don't have any trump cards. You know what that means? You don't need them. You're doing so well, you don't need them. You don't need any big help right now. You're right on the right track. And you can stay on the right track when you just recognize those few little things that want to pull you off the right track, which is what we said before: worry, impatience, and negative self-image. And you can let those things go in a heartbeat. And you don't have to know how. Just call on that solar light and just say, I don't want to keep these things, just FYI, I'm willing to let them go. And let the solar light do it for you so that you can get back to doing what you do so very well. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me today. I really appreciate you. We'll see you in 2 weeks for another 2-week reading, Leo. Until then, blessed be.